Welcome back to RC Hospice Talks, Season 2, Episode 2. In the last episode, you saw me sharing about my experiences with Everyone Has Lost Someone, and I'm very, very excited to be here again with our amazing Chaplain Tom to hear about his story and who he's lost and his experiences with or without hospice.
My main experience, if you don't mind me sharing, is I can think of 3 close loved ones, and they being my grandfather, my grandmother, and my mom. Mm-hmm. None of which had hospice. However, if real quick,
yes,
my grandfather, epitome of health, strong his entire life, and then this is going back a ways, in the fall of 1986, he fell, broke his hip, and within a short period of time, as is often the case in these situations, he was gone. I got a phone call from the hospital that he was dead, and that was it. No hospice, no anything, and I was 6 hours away, and so that it was just a cold water in the face. My grandmother, who was 96 when she passed, was in a slow decline, but not in anything imminent. Mm-hmm. She was in a nursing home, and for years she didn't know who I was anymore. Still functioning. And for hers, I don't think it even required hospice in that sense. She just lived, and then one day she was no more. So, and that wasn't as bad. My mother's experience, however, that's the one that makes me really wish we had hospice. She was on the East Coast. I'm out here in California, and I visited her occasionally, not often, not as much as I would love to have. But then she took a turn for the worse. She was only 80, and I remember in contact with my sister on the phone, and then also with the hospital, trying to keep tabs of her condition. And then she started failing, and that was it. And my only contact, besides my sister, was the hospital. And not having hospice meant that I would have to receive a phone call, which I did in the middle of the night, saying, "Your mom is failing, do we revive her?" Not having a hospice meant, after saying yes to that question, trying to go back to sleep and being wakened a couple hours later with the phone call that she has passed. Not having a hospice meant I didn't know what to do. Not having a hospice meant I had to hurry up and get a plane ticket and fly out there and make arrangements. Not having a hospice meant I had no answers to any of these questions.
No
I'll
resources.
tell you what. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No resources.
No resources. Having a hospice, and I think my mom merited it, would have really saved us a whole lot of headaches, maybe some heartaches, and would have really helped us to smooth this transition a little better than it was. It was a little rough there for a while. Mm-hmm. Unanswered questions, a lot of ignorance. I mean, of course, most of us don't know.
Yeah.
And so my experience with those 3 loved ones has helped me to see that should the time come with any of our other closer loved ones, and I don't mean to be weird saying this, but should the time come for me, to not hesitate to have a hospice. I think about real quick a story. When I was in the hospital 4 years ago, just for overnight, when I found out I had diabetes, and I was a chaplain, of course, with RC at the time. And I remember they said, "Would you like the chaplain to visit you?" And I was like, "I don't need the chaplain, but sure." And so I signed up for the chaplain to come visit me, and I took advantage of that service, because even though I didn't really need a chaplain at the time, I wanted to have that experience. And I can tell you, there may come a time when I, or you, will need hospice. And when that time comes, I would encourage you not to hesitate to go forward with the hospice experience.
Definitely. I love that. Because like we said, there's so many benefits of knowing that someone's already there. You're getting your weekly or daily reports from the nurses or the directors to know the status of your mom or your grandmother.
And the chaplain.
And the chaplain.
The nurse.
Oh man, the chaplain. I feel like the craziest thing is people don't understand the part of that the chaplain or the social workers play, because they're literally the shoulder, the fellowship, the people that you can sit down and talk to, where it's not medical and it's more of a spiritual or emotional conversation.
And the liaison.
Yeah, definitely.
To know where to go with what question and what answer. Excellent things.
Oh yeah, and my dad, like I said in the last episode, being such a person of faith, I know he would have definitely benefited from you. Yeah. And I know he loved you, so definitely would have benefited. But If you ever have, go ahead.
I was going to say, how about you? Well, you could benefit from us, the nurse and social worker and aide and chaplain. And so,
definitely, if you ever have any questions or concerns, again, we definitely urge you to reach out to a hospice agency. Answer, even if you don't need it right now, but you have questions on when the time may come, please feel free to call us at 916-858-1440 or any other hospice agency in our area or in your area if you're watching us outside of California. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.